I'd like to welcome everybody to our next session of Understanding the ABCs of FSA Programs. And with us this evening, I have two lovely ladies who are really good at their job. So I'd like to introduce to you Kelly Volmert, and she is based in Cole County. And then we also have Sheria Yancey, and she's based in Franklin County. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and turn it over to the two of them. Let them present.
Hi, we're glad to be here with you all today. Kelly and I are both members of the FSA agency, the Farm Service Agency. And we're here to talk to you about getting started with USDA and the things that you need to do when you come into our office. First thing you're going to do is contact our office. And this is a link where you can find offices. You're going to bring in your documents that we're going to need to get you into our computer system so that we can work with you. So you're going to need your proof of identity. You're going to need some leases. If you have a trust, you're going to need the trust paperwork, those types of things. Then you're going to consult with a staff, and we're going to talk to you about what you are interested in and what programs that you might apply for. Okay. Some of the things that we want you to know about is that you might get some special advantages if you are a member of one of these groups. Limited resource farmers, if you are below the poverty level, you can get some of this information. There is a link on the screen here that tells you where to go to see if you might qualify for that. We also do underserved producers or socially disadvantaged farmers or ranchers. If you consider yourself a member of one of these types of groups, it can be racial, ethnic. Women are also considered that in some areas. Then you might qualify for those. And beginning farmers and beginning veterans also. And to be that, you have to have not been farming for more than 10 years. Okay. These are the agencies that are within the USDA Center. We have the Farm Service Agency that Kelly and I are both a part of. I'm on the farm program side of FSA, and Kelly is on the farm loan side. We also have the Natural Resource Conservation Service. They do a lot of our field work, conservation programs, that type of thing. And then there's rural development. Rural development is working with housing loans and general community loans and that type of thing. And in a lot of the service center, you'll find some of all of these people. Okay. So we want to talk now about the farm agency and what we do. Okay. What is the Farm Service Agency? The Farm Service Agency is part of the U.S. Department of Agriculture and provides programs and loans to help farmers, ranchers, and agricultural partner organizations provide food, fuel, and fiber to millions of people throughout the world. Okay. One of the programs that we have is our risk management programs. These are things that people can sign up through our agency if they have what is called base acres on the farm. There is 3 different types of things. The county, there's the PLC, the price loss coverage, and then the county ARC program and the individual ARC program. These are programs that you have, like I said, if you have base acres and they have to do with the cropping on your farm, they pay if the price, a set price goes below the national marketing price for the 12 months. Then under price loss coverage, that pays. The county ARC pays if your county yields are low enough and the price is low enough, then you may get one of those payments. And then the individual ARC is based on your individual yields on your farm. And all of these are based on if you do have base acres on your farm. So not everybody will qualify for this. This is something that you can find out if you go to the office and just look at the records for your particular farm. Okay. Other farm programs we have, disaster assistance programs. One of the ones that's going on right now is the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program, CFAP2. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that on the next slide. There's a livestock forage program. This is also going on in our state because it is due to drought. And in the southwest corner of Missouri right now, they are in a drought situation enough that it kicked that in, and that is for livestock producers. So if you happen to be in that part of the state, you would want to contact your local office because you might very well be eligible for some help with feed for your livestock. Livestock indemnity program has to do with if you have dead animals, something from a disaster event. The easiest one to explain is if you had cattle that got struck by lightning, then you would want to keep track of the deaths of those animals and contact the office within 15 days of when the animals died, and they can help you work through the LIP program. But there is some payments for some of those, but they do have to be disaster related, and you do have to get there right away and keep track of why these animals died. Emergency livestock program is some of the other things we have that will help in disaster situations. These help with things like if a tornado blew away your beehives, if you had your hay flooded, just things like that. So if you are in a situation where you do have a disaster on your farm, you should contact the FSA office to see if one of these programs will help. The tree assistance program is if you lose your trees, like your apple trees, your peach trees, things like that during a disaster. And then we have the non-insured crop disaster assistance program, which is our insurance program that we take care of. That is any crop that crop insurance does not insure in your county. This ranges from everything from grapes, pumpkins, some of the highest insured things in the state are hay and pasture. So there's lots of different things that we do under non-insured crop disaster assistance. So if you're looking for some insurance on some of your crops and they're not insurable in your county, you could certainly contact our office and we can help you with insurance on those things. Okay. The Coronavirus Food Assistance Program, I want everyone to know about that. It runs to December 11th. Almost every kind of different commodity that you might sell on your farm is covered under this program. We have livestock that are cattle, hogs, and sheep. We have the broilers, the eggs, dairy, your basic crops, corn, soybeans, wheat, barley, those things, and any kind of sales commodity. And there's other livestock under that. So goats that you have sold, fruits and vegetables that you've sold, berries. I mean, there's just all kinds of things there. Wool is on there. And so if you have some of these things that you sell, and this would have been things that you had in 2020, you would be eligible for this program. It runs through December 11th. So if you have any of these things, please contact our office so that we can help you work through that. Okay. We have conservation programs. Our most prevalent conservation program is the Conservation Reserve Program. We have general signups. We're expecting one of those maybe yet this year. Continuous signups where you can sign up all the time. And then Transition Incentive Program is for people who are currently in our CRP program and then they want to retire and they might help a beginning farmer, someone who is socially disadvantaged, or a limited resource farmer get started in farming. And if they do that kind of thing, the owner can get another couple years worth of CRP payment, and then the new farmer can start farming on that ground. These programs all have a 10 to 15 year contract. You have to plant a wildlife-friendly mix. There is different points and stuff that get you into the program. But if you're looking at maybe getting out of cropping and you would like to put your ground in grass and receive an annual payment on that, you might want to look into the CRP. The Emergency Conservation Program is another one of our conservation programs that comes about when we have some type of a disaster. We do help people be able to, get their farm ground back in an order that it was before this disaster. So of course, this is things like a big flood, a tornado that has come through and destroyed your farm. Drought, we do this for drought when there are water times when we're needing water. So these are things that come about just when your county has actually been designated for the ECP program. If you are a limited resource farmer, at that time you would qualify for a higher part of cost share. And that is what it is. It's cost share to help you get your farm back in a working order. Okay. Price support. We have price support that helps all kinds of different farmers. We have the Dairy Margin Coverage Program, which is for our dairy farmers. It's almost like an insurance for dairy, and they pick what margin that they want to protect, and the prices are based on the milk prices, and it also takes in the feed prices. So that margin in there is what they're looking for. And so each month they determine what those margins are. And if they bought the insurance to a certain point, then if that month it falls below that, then they get a payment on that. So it's kind of an insurance that helps them stay at a certain level. Marketing assistance loans are loans that we do for our grain loans. It is to help people to be able to market their grain. So say at harvest, you want to get this loan, and it is a 9-month loan that will help you to market your grain over that 9 months. We give you the loan, your grain is the collateral, and anytime during that 9 months, then you have to pay off that loan. So what it is just like what it says. It's a loan to help you market your grain so you don't have to sell it at harvest. Loan deficiency payments, those are scary in my thinking, because those kick in if the price of grain ever gets below our loan rates. And our loan rates are not what people are getting at the actual market right now. So if we ever do get into LDPs, that means that the price of grain has gone way down. But it helps you to always get at least the marketing assistance loan rate. So those things, we haven't paid those for some time on most crops. Wool has paid lately, cotton, but our corn and beans and those things haven't paid for several years. Farm Storage Facility Loan Program. This is a program that we have that will help with putting up grain bins, hay barns, those type of things. I think we have one more screen that will help with that, if you go to the next one. Yeah. These are low interest loans to help build or upgrade. We can help on new and used equipment or bins and such. The maximum loan amount is $500,000, but the microloans can be issued up to $50,000, and you have a smaller down payment with that. Anything over the $50,000, you have to provide 15% down, and we loan on 85% of your loan amount. These are very low interest loans right now. They go from 3-year loans up to 15-year loans, depending on 12 years, 12-year loans, depending on how much, if you get clear up to 500,000, we can go to those higher loan amounts, those years. But the interest rates for those right now, the highest one is 1%. So if you did a 3 to 5 year loan, those are down to like 0.25%. So these are something that are very popular right now. And if you're looking to put up a hay barn or a grain bin or something like that, these would be something that you might want to look into. We would look at your current cropping history and make sure that you do have a storage need. And it does have to be for the things that you are getting the loan for. And by that, I mean, if you want a hay barn, we will not loan on a barn that you're going to have half of it is your hay and half of it is your shop or your storage equipment. We'll loan on the barn, but we will only loan on half of it then. So it does have to be used for what the commodity that you're storing. So that's kind of where we're at on the farm program side. I'm going to turn it over to Kelly, and she's going to talk to you about the farm loan side of FSA.
Okay, next slide, please. The Farm Service Agency also offers several different types of farm loans. We offer both direct and guaranteed farm ownership loans. Eligible applicants may obtain direct loans up to a maximum indebtedness of $600,000. Maximum indebtedness for guaranteed loans is $1,776,000. This amount is adjusted annually for inflation. The maximum repayment term is 40 years for both of these types of loans. In general, loan funds may be used to purchase a farm, enlarge a farm, construct new farm buildings and structures or improve those, pay closing costs, and promote soil and water conservation and protection. We also offer direct and guaranteed farm operating loans. Eligible applicants may obtain direct loans for up to a maximum indebtedness of $400,000 and a direct operating microloan for up to a maximum indebtedness of $50,000. The repayment term may vary, but typically it will not exceed 7 years for intermediate term purposes. Maximum indebtedness for a guaranteed loan, again, is $1,776,000, and this amount is adjusted annually for inflation. Annual operating loans are generally repaid within 12 months or when the commodities produced are sold. In general, loan funds may be used for normal operating expenses, machinery and equipment, minor real estate repairs or improvements, and refinancing debt. The focus of microloans is on the financing needs of small, beginning farmers, niche and non-traditional farming operations, such as truck farms, farms participating in direct marketing and sales, such as farmers markets, community-supported agriculture, restaurants and grocery stores, or those using hydroponic, aquaponic, organic, and vertical growing methods. There is no minimum loan amount. The maximum loan amount for a microloan is $50,000. Youth loans are available as direct loans only. The maximum loan amount is $5,000. Youth loans may be made to individuals who are sponsored by a project advisor, such as a 4-H club, FFA, or local vocational instructor. Individuals must be at least 10, but not more than 21 years old to be eligible. Next slide, please. Each year, Congress targets a percentage of farm ownership and farm operating loan funds to socially disadvantaged and beginning farmers. Retiring farmers may use the down payment program to transfer their loans to future generation. Their land to future generations, Emergency loans are available only as direct loans from the Farm Service Agency. Emergency loans assist farmers who have suffered a physical or production loss in areas declared by the President as disaster areas or designated by the Secretary of Agriculture as disaster or quarantine areas. For physical losses only, the FSA administrator may authorize emergency loan assistance. For production loss loans, applicants must demonstrate a 30% loss. Conservation loans are available as guaranteed loans only. Eligible applicants may use conservation loan funds to complete any conservation activity included in a conservation plan or forestry management plan, and refinance debts relating to implementing any conservation activity if refinancing will result in additional conservation benefits. Maximum indebtedness is $1,776,000, and this amount is adjusted annually for inflation. The maximum repayment term is 30 years. Next slide, please. The Farm Service Agency targets a significant portion of our direct and guaranteed farm ownership and operating loan funds to socially disadvantaged and beginning farmers. These designations are primarily a funding source. Only down payment and land contract guarantee programs are programs that are restricted to participation by these groups. An applicant voluntarily declares their status to receive targeted funds when applying for a loan. Next slide, please. A beginning farmer is someone who has not operated a farm or ranch for more than 10 years, provides substantial day-to-day labor and management for their operation, agrees to participate in any needed assessments and borrower training, and can obtain the needed credit commercially. For entity applicants, every member of the entity must meet the beginning farmer definition. Additionally, for beginning farmer real estate loans, beginning farmers may not own farm property that exceeds 30% of their average county farm acreage as determined by the Census of Agriculture. Next slide, please. Farm Service Agency direct loan applications can be obtained from your local Farm Service Agency county offices or USDA service centers. The forms can also be accessed at the FSA website on your screen. The farmers.gov website has some interactive tools which can help potential applicants determine which programs may meet their needs. Guaranteed loans should be applied for by the commercial lender that is granting the loan. Farm Service Agency county office or USDA service center loan teams can provide you with a list of lenders who are known to make guaranteed loans. Next slide, please. Application forms are required when applying for a Farm Service Agency direct loan. Additionally, applicants should submit financial and production history for the past 3 years, or as many years as they've currently been farming. They should submit a list of all creditors with names, addresses, and account numbers, as well as a written description of their farm education, on-the-job training, and experience. Next slide, please. Applicants should also submit a projected farm operating or business plan. This includes a balance sheet that's less than 90 days old, listing all assets owned and liabilities owed, and cash flow projections for their next business cycle. Verification of all off-farm employment and income should be submitted, as well as legal descriptions of all farm property owned, leased, or to be owned or leased. Applicants are responsible for payment of a credit report fee to the Farm Service Agency so that we may obtain a credit report. These fees are $16 for individual applicants and $24.50 for joint applicants. Next slide, please. Missouri Farm Service Agency information can be obtained from the website on your screen, Twitter, or by texting the number on your screen, for email or text alerts. Next screen, please. For more information, you can contact your local FSA office or access this website.
Thank you very much, ladies. We greatly appreciate that. So I have a question for you. So let's say I am down in the Boot Heel in Butler County. Is it best for me to contact my local person, or should I contact someone such as you direct?
It's best to contact your local Farm Service Agency office for additional information. If you go to the website www.fsa.usda.gov, which is on your screen, click on State Offices at the top of the screen, a map of the United States is going to come up. Click on Missouri, and on the left, click on the County Office link. This will bring up a map of Missouri, and all counties on this map can be clicked on. At that point, you will be provided with information regarding contacts for your local office.
Great, I appreciate that. And that does make sense simply because I know how the farming types of enterprises that we have over in my county are definitely different if I were going to be in West Central Missouri. So I thoroughly understand because of the different types of production and the different markets that are available, and all of that comes into play, I know, when we're trying to be successful on our farm. So I just want to say thank you very much to both Kelly and Sheria for joining us this evening. And I hope you've learned something. I know I've caught on to a few new little tidbits that I wasn't familiar with. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.